And welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show, right here at 6 Scale Cantina. So Hot Toys has teased us with some prototypes of Star Wars action figures that have not been officially released yet. They've also teased us with some figures in some other releases, promo pictures, that you would think we would have already have had those officially announced by now. We're going to go ahead and dive into some of those figures and see what the short-term or long-term prospect looks like. We're also going to take a look at some of the figures that are just so high priced within the secondary market and see if there's a possibility for a reissue or a different version to come out soon. Let's get into it right now. Alright, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show, right here at 6 Scale Cantina. So getting right into it, Hot Toys has teased us with some upcoming, to be released soon, Star Wars action figures, and some of them have not yet been officially announced, and some of them have just been teased, and you would think would have been announced by now or are upcoming very shortly. So pulling up Sideshow.com and seeing some of the ones that you see here, such as Katan just from the past week, Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars, Luke Bespin, Padme Amidala, so on and so forth. So, Bo-Katan was just announced last week, and at basically the same time as the bombshell of this Boba Fett, especially this deluxe version of this set, which we have already spoken about and the whole community is on fire about. So, Hot Toys is seeing how well this Boba Fett is being received, how well this Tamora Morrison head sculpt is being received, and off this excitement, I really do believe that we will not be waiting very long for them to officially announce this Bo-Katan. Now, I don't know if they're going to give us a head sculpt. I sure would like one. And I think that they're certainly seeing from the excitement of this 2-pack that collectors would probably really, really like a head sculpt to go with this Bo-Katan. So, I'm feeling like they're going to. I'm not going to be surprised totally if they don't. I would be more surprised if they don't announce this officially sooner than later to follow up on that excitement for this Boba Fett deluxe set. So I think that we're not going to be waiting long for this, folks. Let me know what you think. And so another one that we've been waiting for that I am surprised that has not been officially announced yet is this Clone Wars Kenobi. So basically saw the prototypes, the tease of these figures at the same time as this Anakin. This Anakin has been up for pre-order, and I really thought that the Obi-Wan would shortly follow. I do believe that, with this Anakin and Ahsoka and the Clone Wars Mall and Captain Rex and the 501st and so on and so forth, that this Obi-Wan is a critical core character that would be great to start the Clone Wars collection. So I don't know why they haven't officially announced it yet. I'm not worried about it because, as I just said, I think it is a core piece. I think it's a necessary release. But there could be a few factors. Number one, the state of the world. We're all still dealing with COVID-19 and there's protocols and There could be production delays, and there just could be a myriad of situations. And maybe Hot Toys needed to put it on the back burner just for a little bit to, get this announcement and, get this ready off the success of, The Mandalorian Season 2. I do think, though, now that we're getting finally some of these Season 2 announcements here from The Mandalorian, I do think we're going to be getting some forthcoming Clone Wars announcements as well. And I think first and foremost, we're going to get this Clone Wars version of Obi-Wan. So let me know what you think within the comments section below. Are we going to go ahead and get this figure sooner than later? I really think that we will. And then even, before we move on, I mean, even when you go to the market value chart, this figure, I mean, it's essentially the same head sculpt as the prior release of the Revenge of the Sith version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you can see the deluxe version, $547 and rising. And the non-deluxe version isn't far behind it. So it would sure be nice for collectors to be able to get their hands on an Obi-Wan figure, from around this timeline. You also have to wonder, though, with them releasing this Obi-Wan, which I really believe is going to happen in short order, and also with this Anakin. Anakin's also essentially the same head sculpt as, these prior releases that we're speaking to here. You see the Darkside Anakin on the screen, and then, pulling up the Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. There has been a pattern with Hot Toys recently where you could see, they have, for instance, this prequels figure, this Yoda, they've reissued straight up. And they also, reissued this Darth Vader from Empire Strikes Back straight up. And this Boba Fett from Empire Strikes Back straight up. So you have to wonder, would they reissue this Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith straight up? Or this Anakin straight up? And I think it is possible, but I think it is more unlikely in the very short term when you have, for instance, this Clone Wars version of Anakin, which again is essentially the same head sculpt as what you're seeing here, to compete against the Clone Wars version. And if they go ahead and announce this Obi-Wan, and the way you see it here, to compete against this version with basically the same head sculpt, I think with Obi-Wan, it's the prequel era, that timeline for Obi-Wan, he's more versatile. He has a different, hair design here than he had in Attack of the Clones, a different hairstyle. And he has a different hairstyle in The Phantom Menace altogether. So I think, is it maybe more of a priority while Hot Toys is most likely getting ready to announce this Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars? Is it more of a priority for them instead of at the same time also reissuing this to possibly, come out with a Phantom Menace version of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which would sure go nice with this Qui-Gon Jinn right here, and also the DX-16, DX-17 Darth Maul? Would that be more of a priority? You can go ahead and release that figure, and I don't think really compete necessarily with this figure. And plus you have the upcoming Obi-Wan series where he's going to have a different look and older than how he looks here. So I think you have to look at it that way. So, and the same thing, with this Anakin, for sure. So let me know what you think within the comment section below. So let's go ahead and go to the next figure that is on the list that I want to speak to, and that's also on Sideshow here that I have sorted out. So Luke Bespin. So this figure here has been teased a couple of times. And I would think that this would have already been released within the 40th anniversary packaging for Empire Strikes Back. I'm actually surprised it has not yet. But you have to wonder, is it a priority for Hot Toys to release this Bespin Luke? And I would think you would have to say yes, because they have teased this a couple of times. And I really believe that this is still forthcoming in the short term. However, you do have to wonder, did the priority change? So pulling up this Snowspeeder pilot, Luke, this is not exactly ripping it up pre-order wise when you sort it out best-selling on Sideshow. There are a myriad of Clone Wars and Mandalorian figures that are far above this figure right now. Now, when this gets close to release, this will absolutely skyrocket. The pre-orders will come in like crazy. But right now, it's just not there. And you know that because they've announced this, that this is a priority for Hot Toys. This Empire Strikes Back Snowspeeder pilot action figure for Luke is a priority. You also have to think that this Mandalorian version of Luke Skywalker is a priority. So you got two Luke Skywalkers. And you know, you got this one forthcoming. So if you think that, and I do, then you have two Luke Skywalkers that are going to be up on pre-order. Did perhaps then, because this one isn't exactly lighting it up, did the priority change in the very short term for Luke Bespin? You do have to wonder. Let me know what you think within the comments section below. So that's going to take me to the next figure I want to speak to, and that is a figure that is not on the Sideshow list, but has been teased nonetheless. And that is the prospect of a Bespin Han. Now, if you remember, with the promo images of the already sold out Bespin Leia, they had Han Solo in several of those images, including the one you're seeing on the screen. So is it possible that Hot Toys would soon be releasing a Bespin Han? And you have to wonder, would they even put it in the 40th anniversary packaging for Empire Strikes Back? Now, it would sure go good with this Leia. And you do have the Bespin Lando that's going to be released next year. So is it possible that Hot Toys could be releasing a Bespin Han even before the end of this year? Now, I don't know what they would have to do with the licensing, through Disney, or, even, getting Harrison Ford to sign off on figures, but a new figure. But if they can get through that red tape, I would think this would be something that would go really good with this Bespin Leia and the forthcoming Bespin Lando. I sure hope so. Let me know what you think within the comment section below. Let's go ahead and go back to the list and see what else they have featured on here. So, let's go to Padme. I think that she was a prominent character in every prequel movie, obviously. And she was also, she's relevant in the prequels. She's relevant in the Clone Wars. So even though it seems like it's taking forever for this, or that they've decided not to do it, I still think that a Padme is forthcoming. So let me know what you think within the comments section below. But with all the prequel figures and all the Clone Wars figures coming out, it would sure be nice to have a Padme Amidala. Let's go to the next one. Kit Fisto. So I don't think Hot Toys can go wrong releasing any Jedi. Anytime that they go ahead and release any type of Jedi, it's money. And for me, as a collector, and for many collectors, if they would come out with Jedi, like, just any of them, any Jedi that they would come out with, I think would be a good release. So, do I think that they're going to come out with this Kit Fisto? I still do. Will it be exactly what we see here? I don't know. Maybe they've worked on it. Got to see more of that. How about Mace Windu? Wow. I mean, they already have a Samuel L. Jackson head sculpt. And, we talk about how a lot of these Jedi do within the secondary market. Can you imagine how epic a Mace Windu announcement would be by Hot Toys? And if that went up on pre-order. So is it possible that Hot Toys could announce a Mace Windu even before the end of this year? Let me know what you think within the comments section below. So that's going to go ahead and bring this episode of the Market Value Chart Show to a conclusion. Please go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the content. And please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I so very much appreciate your support. And with all the subscribers that we're getting, we're so close to 200. Let's go ahead and get to that 300 subscriber mark and beyond. So thank you so much for spreading the word around about the Market Value Chart Show, and also 6scalecantina.com and the Market Value Chart. Please also go ahead and follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. I have the links within the video description below. Remember, many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. See you next time.